welcome back to the channel. I recently got asked how I do my skincare, so I'm going to record a quick tutorial for you on how I do a midday refresh, my morning and then my night routine. It takes 3 to 5 products. They're all budget and travel friendly. My skin type is a little dry, especially here in Colorado where we live. I do get the occasional blemishes. You can kind of see this one from last month, but the real issue is that the marks stay for a really long time, and no matter what I do, it takes a long time for them to fade. You'll see how I address that with my active. Although I keep things minimalistic, I do want them to be effective, and that's why I use one active ingredient. So let's get started. This morning I prayed with my friend, did the school run. My kids go for a few hours in the morning, walked 2.5 miles and sat out in the backyard for quite a while my kids played. So to refresh my skin, I would come in and spray with hypochlorous acid spray. This is really good to kill the bacteria left on your skin after sweat or exertion, and can also soothe irritated skin, perhaps from a product you're using or from the sun. And the mist is heavenly and just makes me feel a little bougie. But if this was the end of the day and I was fully removing everything, my best friend gave me a makeup remover cloth in part of this little kit for all her bridesmaids, and I've been loving it. Ever since November, this has been my preference for removing my makeup. Sometimes I will simply use this and then spray with the hypochlorous acid spray. Other times I will go in with this face wash. It is a salicylic acid face wash, CeraVe, although I'm fine with the Equate version as well. Although, to be honest, with my skin type, this has never helped me or solved any of my issues. So when it's gone, I'm not going to replace it, and I'm going to try something new. Either continuing with just the cloth and the hypochlorous acid, or potentially maybe the Dr. Bronner's Castile bar soap, because I love that that's multi-use and then reduces plastic waste. This is so large and dual-sided, so I just pick a little corner, and that's the corner that I use to remove my makeup. I kind of scrub everything off. I am fresh faced, which is why I'm pretending. You can pretend with me, right? That's what friends are for. All right, now that that's done, I would go in with my salicylic acid face wash. I do love it. However, I will say I don't notice that it's helping, and sometimes I skip it. I did see, I'm pretty sure on Dr. Pimple Popper, that you need to let it sit for a moment, and then what I would do is take just this small amount and put it primarily on my nose, because that's more so of an issue. Rub it in with a little bit of water and put it on the rest of my face, and then let it sit almost like a face mask just for a minute or two to let it work. This particular salicylic acid also has hectorite clay, and so that can kind of help with any of the oiliness. But to be honest, I find that my skin is more dry. Once all the makeup is off my face, if it's nighttime, my next step is the active. I just recently started this retinol. I had been using the retinol from Walmart. It's an Equate brand. It had a lot of moisturizing ingredients in it. However, I wasn't seeing much benefit. And so since I'm already using a moisturizer, I bought the straight up stuff off Amazon. So it is a little stronger, and I'm using less. I'll use about this much for my face and my neck. Speaking of my neck, it has been a little irritated. For my neck, I don't do it every day, and I immediately follow up afterwards with lotion just to kind of dilute how strong it is, and that's been working really well for me. I've noticed the texture of my skin has improved a lot since using this product, and I'm really not upset about the fact that it irritated my neck, because it is helping. All right, my skin is clean, makeup is gone. I really enjoy that 2-step product. Next is my face lotion. This is, again, just cheap from Walmart. This is very lightweight, absorbs in great, and leaves my skin very hydrated. It's not the thickest, it's not the richest, but that's what my skin prefers. I like to keep my skin wet in between steps, so I'll often try to work pretty quickly, plus I'm busy. But if I do think something needs time to absorb, then I'll just run out and do it really quick and then come back. However, I never come back without washing my hands again. I wash my hands a lot during skincare and makeup, because if I get interrupted, I don't even like touching my hairbrush and then going back to my face. So here's an example of how much I would use for my face and my neck. And then I would put on 1, potentially even 2 layers because this lotion really does layer really nicely. And my skin loves the extra moisture. In the morning, after my lotion, put on SPF 50. The zinc in this works great with my skin. An extra layer of protection, locks in all that goodness. I do not use the retinoid in the morning. In the morning, I use water to wash my face, hypochlorous acid, then the lotion, and then sunscreen. Boom. In the evening, I use the washcloth to remove my makeup, salicylic acid to cleanse my pores, and then I'll go in with the hypochlorous acid spray, my active lotion, and then lastly is this oil that my friend Dreamy made me. I absolutely love it. I put that on in the evening. I have tried it in the morning, but I don't feel like my lotion layers great on top of it. This has been heavenly. Oils have so much benefits for your skin. You really should look it up. I'll even take some of the extra oil and rub it on my lips. And then when I was traveling in Moab, I took this skin oil and I even used it in my hair. Because I did not take the spray oil for my hair, I did take this and it moisturized my hair great and gave it a nice glossy shine. So I love that I only had to travel with 3 ingredients. I also didn't take my face wash because, as I said, I'm considering cutting that from my routine. This is my morning routine. I'll cleanse my face with water, use hypochlorous acid spray, lotion, and then my face oil. In the evening, I add my active and sometimes my face wash. So the most I ever use is 5 products, which I think is not too bad, and I get it done in 5 minutes. All right, this is what my skin is looking like now that the skincare is done. You can see some of the scarring on this cheek that I was talking about. But the skin texture, I have to say, has improved so much since switching retinols. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be thrilled to answer them. Truth to tell, I may not know much. If you are interested in how I do my makeup, I have a video on that as well as a couple reels. And then if you would like to see my minimalist makeup collection, I have a video on that as well as a what's in my bag and my minimalist hair care routine. It's all there, folks. Enjoy. Bye-bye. You're welcome in my home anytime.